first ever 30th anniversary Sharon and Randy Diaz skit, of which there is no equal in the world. Hey, is sound person? Where's the sound mix? Do you have the right sound device?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of sound out here.
No.
Where's your... Monica, do you have your phone?
No. It's right there. I know where it is. It's right by the thing.
We'll grab her phone.
I got it.
I love the boots.
So, just hit that before you come out. Ready?
You found them in the play
Before
box.
you come out. Alright. Alright. Ready? Ish?
Yeah.
That's what you're doing? Okay.
Alright, here we go. We're ready.
Action. Not... No. I have the line to say.
Well rehearsed.
In the mid-1980s, he was a strapping, handsome young man with an unrivaled head of hair and an amazing mustache.
Yes.
Work had brought young Randall to Houston, Texas, where his quest began. He resolutely set out on a journey to find the one his heart desired. The girl who would make him feel complete, filling the large hole left in his heart after being beaten by Bill Spencer's baseball team in the 8th grade. Young Randall searched everywhere for his true love, diligently scoping out all of the conventional venues, the circus, the laundromat, even Trader Joe's. But regrettably, he came up empty-handed. At long last, a brilliant idea inspired by Richard Simmons came to him.
Alright, let's make some chicks! Oh, this is easy.
Now we're going one and one. Knees high. Knees real high. Alright, walk it off. Walk it off. Okay.
By the end of class, in between breaths, Randall tried to make small talk with the young lady.
Hey, you should come with me later to this country western place where we can show you some real dance moves. They're way better than this. And then maybe we could, go get some ice cream or, go to your aunt's place or maybe even back into a parked police car. You never know what can happen. This night feels so magical.
From that point on, don't forget your phone. They were unstoppable. On the weekends, she taught him how hard it was to run in the intense Houston heat. Wow. And he taught her how to fish without spilling a tackle box. They were two-stepping dance stars with love in their hearts and a bright future ahead. Before long, the couple decided to tie the knot. No, you got time. Sharon, the motorcycle riding aerobics instructor and highly accomplished high school gymnast and diver, could not resist the allure of Randy, the always outgoing baseball player, salesman, and comedic Cajun from Louisiana. When the big day finally arrived, friends and family gathered from far and near in what is still regarded as some as one of the most fun weddings they have ever attended.
Look at his mustache. I look great at me. But this Testito really makes my mustache pop.
Here's a birthday card.
Oh, thank you.
The newlyweds honeymooned in Hawaii, soaking up the sun and enjoying the sand between their toes.
So, what do you think?
I thought you were going to put the beach towel down. That's okay. The conch shell that Randy retrieved still resides somewhere to this day.
So when do you think we should start a family? How many kids do you want? 6?
It was not long before they moved to Indianapolis and started the family I've been told they always wanted. Not long after that, the firstborn Diaz child was coming home from the hospital. Armed with the confidence that comes from being first-time parents and a book entitled, "Your Child is an Intellectually Advanced Life Form. He doesn't need a spanking, he needs a friend, a listening ear, and a hug." The young couple brought home their first child, Alexandria. They could not have been happier. To this day, if you ask those proud parents, they will tell you that a more beautiful baby has never been born in the history of the human race.
Oh.
Still, the house on Gordon Way seemed relatively empty with just the 3 of them and their faithful black lab Bunzy. Less than 2 years later, shortly after their 4th anniversary, baby Blake was welcomed into the family. Blake was a relatively happy, easygoing child from the beginning, but I suppose any child would seem content compared to his older sibling Alexandria, who I'm told had a very bad case of FCS, or first child syndrome. By the time their 10th anniversary rolled around, the young family had purchased their first home on Rainbow Lane and had welcomed a 3rd tax break named Seth into the fold.
Mom! Hey, Mom! Mom! Stop!
Mom,
Okay,
Nobody heard you, honey.
haven't
All I
eaten.
wanted to do was take a shower today. Mom?
Mom?
And that's just the way it works too.
Sharon, filled with ambition and good sense, undertook a brave and daring endeavor that was far ahead of its time, called homeschooling. People asked her all kinds of condescending questions like, "How will your children ever get into college?" or "Aren't you afraid they won't be able to socialize?" These concerns, as well as those surrounding the use of herbs and natural healing, have long since been put to rest. Though, through it all, Randy was ever supportive and understanding, as far as I've been told. In May of 1997, the proud parents brought Monica home from the hospital. Rolling the dice once more, they finally had the darling daughter they had always dreamt about. Even though they had never raised a daughter before, the boys were a lot of help. The real barometer of the level of inter-sibling love and cooperation was Monica's outward reaction to teasing.
Yeah. Yeah, that went over well.
The expression, "we only tease you because we like you," began with Monica. We all agree. Luke's arrival was met with much pomp and circumstance. He knew from the beginning that having 4 siblings in front of him, he would have to work hard to overcome that disadvantage. He quickly took control of things and proved that he could do anything we could do, and at a much younger age. True story. Luke actually drove himself home from the hospital. And Dad slept. A day came that Mr. and Mrs. Diaz had always dreamed of, but hadn't thought they'd actually live to see. Their eldest son, Jonathan, flew the coop.
Woo!
Is that the sister excited?
Any four will do. Anastasia on the couch.
Anastasia. Alright. Wow, honey. It's so different without Jonathan around. So lonely. And quiet.
What should we do about it, dear husband?
Let's go get some more.
And where do you suppose we're going to pick up some more children?
Like they always say, where there's a will, there's a way.
Being awesome parents and faithful followers of Jesus, the seasoned couple took flight, literally, and found themselves in Ethiopia playing with young Tofik and Merima, who became the 6th and 7th additions to the flock. Yes, it qualifies as a flock now. Although both of them together couldn't match the amount of commotion that Jonathan had brought to the home, the house felt complete again. What happened to your head?
This happened in Ethiopia.
Bad night.
Over the course of the next 30 years, Randy and Sharon, you guys can come out now, have compiled a stunning resume, homeschooling and raising 7 of the best-looking, smartest, and godliest kids you would ever care to meet.
Aw.
There are any number of metrics that one could use to measure the success of a relationship, but the character and caliber of the kids that it produces is certainly a telling one. But this isn't about us. 30 years is a long time, and we're all proud of our family. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for making this possible. Thank you for honoring the commitment that you made even through the hard times. We all know far too many people from broken homes. Our lives would be much different if the two of you were not so unwavering in your commitment to each other. A very wise and beloved man named Russ once said, well, many times said, it's all about commitment. I think that rings true today. Proverbs says, your children will rise up and call you blessed. Mom and Dad, we love you. Happy anniversary. Here's to 30 more. I'd like to thank my supporting cast.
Wow, thank you. That was great.
We
You know
rehearsed
what?
this
Can
this
I
morning.
say something?
Please.
One thing. I just want to thank God for how faithful He is. We have so many weaknesses, and God's been so good. And you know what? We wouldn't be who we are without what each one of you brought to us. You know, as you become parents, you'll see how much God changes you because and in spite of your children. But it is because of each one of you that we are who we are today. And we're so thankful. So very thankful. God is good.
Hugs.
Hugs.